Larry, Fort Worth Memories Museum and Groups. Let's get to that camera, I guess. Or okay, we're live on YouTube. Let me get us live on some other channels here. Bear with me, we're still having to. This takes a little bit to get all this stuff hooked up, I guess. I don't. Okay. Let's see if we're live on. It's always wanting to hold off on the Facebook deal. I don't understand it. Why does it stop at 1? Broadcast failed. Why? The internet is on. I say it's on. Maybe I've... This is ridiculous. I called AT&T yesterday, and so they're going to send somebody out next Tuesday. So I guess I'll have to deal with it until then. Let me start over again and see if that... Same thing happened yesterday, and then it started working. Anyway, I don't understand it. Scott, are you on here? What is wrong with this deal? I can't even go live on... Let me turn the iPad off and then turn it back on. So anyway, I'm on YouTube, and we'll be on Memories shortly, I hope. You know, I didn't even stop to think until yesterday evening that ICE detention center in Alvarado that they attacked, that was where Rosie was held for 2 weeks. I mean 2 months. Okay, I'm restarting the Facebook or the iPad to see. I don't know why it's for the last 2 days has given me an issue. AT&T is coming Tuesday. See, I can't even get it to go to the Wi-Fi. It's like it's frozen. Now it seems to be working. I swear we have more issues. Now we don't have it at the house, it's only here. Okay, so we're going to try again to Facebook. So anyway, that detention center that I went out there to see her, talk to her, that was where she was held for, wasn't 2 months, it was about 5.5 weeks. So, alright, I'm going to try to go live again. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's holding. Starting live broadcast. Well, why is it taking so long? Scott, you're going to have to come out here and figure this stuff out before next Thursday. Okay, well, why does it say it failed? Maybe that's it. Maybe. So I'm going to try with my iPhone. Okay, I see now I'm live, but this thing says I'm not live. Scott Still, you're going to have to come over here this weekend, or sometime between now and next Thursday, preferably between now and Monday. because we can't have it messing up when we interview Lanny Landcart, his daughter Kelly, Hal J, and Haywood, and myself. So you're gonna have to dedicate some time to come over here and get this thing figured out. The new numbers are in for overnight with yesterday's stuff. In the last 28 days, we've now had over 3 million views. Let me break that down for you. Today is Thursday, July 10th. Okay, yeah, make sure, because we're going to have to get this thing going. And I'm going to share it now to the internet and to memories, live videos, and messages. So 3 million views in 28 days breaks down to 107,142 views per day on stuff that we post on memories. Stuff that I myself or Scott posts. That's not what y'all post. That's y'all's adds to it. 107,142 per day, 4,400 views per hour, 74 views per minute for 28 days straight, 24/7. Bill's in, Mercy's in. I want to get something else straight. Somebody messaged me last night. Sounded like she was upset. Said that I was posting stuff. I urge you to stop posting the horrible articles about Camp Mystic I attended, yada yada yada. I only have been posting what I thought was reputable, WFAA or Channel 5 or Channel 4. So many of these comments below are not true. Okay, so real people died. Ma'am, I realize that more than anybody. So I sent her a message back at 2:09 a.m. saying, what post are we talking about? Screenshot them and send them to me. I'll be more than happy to take them down. So that's my response to the person that messaged me. All I'm trying to do is keep our viewers informed. If it's on channel 8, 5, or 11, or 4, they're going to see it somewhere, so I can control the comments if we look at them, but there's so many of them. Okay? I made a post yesterday. I was going to go live, but I couldn't stop crying, really, from looking at these pictures. And there was 1,800 people went on there in less than 2 hours. There's no way to keep up with. This is not a big organization where we got people in other rooms that are watching these comments and stuff. It's myself and Scott Sumner, and that's it. And y'all, of course, y'all make a comment. Here's what y'all need to do when there's a comment made that's not right, that something's wrong. Report it, and then myself or Scott Sumner will look at it. Hold on. It looks like you've taken it down. Thank you so much. The article's out there about distance. Yes. I'm going to see if this lady will go on. Hold on. Okay. So again, if there's a post out there, not only that has to do with the horrible situation down in Central Texas, but any of our posts, we want to know. But like I say, I want to address again, we're the number one social media, we're the number one media account in the Metroplex. Newspapers, television, radio, whatever. There's nobody gets 3 million views. And I went to AI and Google and said, is it very common that some media outlet gets 2 million views? And they said, very rare. Channel 8's had it one time. We're consistently around 3 million views. So, but it's not, this is not a huge operation over here. It's myself full-time and Scott full-time. And we both have regular jobs. I do the details and Scott does his technology stuff. So we have to have your help. Y'all are our police. When you see a comment that's made on the post about the situation in Kerrville or any post, report it to the admin. We look at it. If there's a whole bunch of bad comments, then we suspend comments. And then Scott is more lenient than me. Scott will then take the time to go through the comments and weed them out. I don't. I delete the post because I don't have time to go through. Like I say, I made a post at about 5 or 6 yesterday. I was going to go live, but I couldn't hold back the tears anymore. And we had 1,800 people go on in 2 or 3 hours on that one post. So, again, our numbers change every day. So this morning's numbers, in the last 28 days, we've had 3 million views. I also Googled and AI'd what does a media group that has consistently over 2 million views or close to 3 million per day, and they broke it all down. And I posted that, and we'll continue to post it. So 3 million views in 28 days breaks down to 107,142 views per day. That's 4,400 views per hour, 24/7. 74 views per minute for 28 straight days. Bill's in, Ginger's in, Dana's in, James is in. Good morning to everybody. Mercy's in, George is in, Marquita's in. So that's where we stand on that. If there's something, believe me, I think most of y'all that follow me, I would never post anything to harm the feelings of anybody on any topic that we talk about. So I want to get that, I want to make that statement. Like I say, we depend on y'all. Y'all depend on us to get this stuff out there to you. That's great. We do it. We love it. We're on it. We've got to have your help. So if you're looking at a post and it's about Bob's Crab Shack or something, and somebody's on there cussing or something, you need to say, hey, I think Larry or Scott needs to know about this. Report it to admin. Sends us an alert. If I'm busy on a live or outside doing something, Scott will try to catch it. He also works. We have to have a living. So it might take 10, 15 minutes. I check my phone all the time. And alerts get to us. And so then that sends us directly to that comment. And then we make the decision whether to take it down, take the person that said it down, delete the whole post, or what. Okay, so second topic, and we'll get into the Kerrville flood here in a minute. The second topic is the ICE detention center that was shot up. Is the one that Rosie was at for 5 or 6 weeks. I was there twice. Thank you, Gene. I was at that ICE detention center. A lot of y'all wrote letters to help get her out of jail quicker. We're out of detention. Okay, so anyway, I'm not up to date on that. I've devoted my entire time to trying to help get the word out. We've passed messages along early on in this flooding incident when people were displaced or whatever. We passed along between, let me look at my notes, 31 of our members to other people that most of them were not members, saying, tell them that we're okay. I don't know if there was a problem with cell service or what, but so we're trying to do the right thing here. I interviewed Reverend Neely Reynolds the other day. He was actually performing a wedding in Comfort, Texas, which is, I think, 22 miles, he said, from Kerrville on the day of the flood. Luckily, they were not harmed. Yesterday, I was talking to a very good friend of mine, Gabe Harmon, and his children have been to that Mystic school. And he was telling me that there's a incline or a hill that they could have been, this was in Comfort, I think. In Comfort, wherever it was hitting, they could have gone 100 yards up and been safe, but it happened at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody that's got their life jacket on at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And we also do need to pray for the New Mexico people. This thing, I guess, got over there to them. I don't know. But if you try to politicize something about this or any of these incidents on the big group, guess what? We're not playing games over here. You're gone. I want to make that perfectly clear. It doesn't do you any good to call me or Scott and say, hey, I'm sorry I made that. It's too bad. You're gone. So, the lady that wrote me the messenger yesterday that I didn't see until 2 this morning when I got up, I thank you for that. And believe me, I would never, if you've ever followed me much, I've been fighting for kids for 39 years this year. Our kids are our biggest commodity. They're our future. We've already lived a good life or a full life or whatever your situation is. These children, it's too much to bear, really. Our good friend Pat Green lost his entire brother's family and his brother. So these incidents don't limit themselves to poor people, rich people, Texas, Oklahoma, Mississippi, wherever. It happens all the time. And we got to be ready for it. Again, I've heard from several sources now that don't get in a truck and grab your buddies and say, hey, let's go down there and lend a hand. They don't want you down there. There's too many people. It's an organized cleanup effort right now. They're still searching for victims. The last I heard, there's 110 known that have perished and 160 or 70 that they're still looking for. We need to keep in mind people that they don't know that were down there. People that were down on the Guadalupe fishing, or hey, let's go let the kids swim, and nobody knew about it. Homeless people. So this thing could really rise a bunch. But again, I want to say, if we've posted anything, and I do the majority of the posting, that is not right, that's why I don't post anything that Bob, the TV guy in Oklahoma, is posting, because I don't know if it's true or not. I take into consideration that channel 8, 5, 4, or 11 have critiqued it and looked to see that it's real. Here's what they need: money. People say they need supplies. Well, if you send money, they're going to buy supplies. HEB has been wonderful. All of our restaurants up here, John Bonnell, Rex Benson, that La Bistro, everybody. All of the groups, that jewelry post that Marilyn told us about. Wonderful. Y'all are great people. We're posting prayer requests about every 3 hours. Like I say, that one post I made yesterday at 5 or 6 had 1,800 people go on there in less than 3 hours. So, to me, somebody sent me a song, and it was written by Alan Jackson, and immediately I remembered it. Where were you when the world stopped? Y'all remember that after 9/11? That reminded me. I played that song over and over again last night. Because right now we're all still in a state of shock. There's no business being conducted here. I don't know about other places. When you walk into a restaurant, everybody's talking low. It's sad. It's sad when we lose any human being, but children. That's what we do here at Larry's Kids. We fight for children. So I appreciate everybody that goes on. Please try to make sure your comments are civil. Don't try to lay any blame. There's plenty of time for all of that. We got 2 sets of people up there in Congress and the administration that fight over that stuff every day. Let's not us get down into that. You can't blame global warming on this thing, I don't think. So instead of trying to lay blame, let's pray for the people and say, how can we help? Bill is in, Ginger's in. Green ribbons, yes. Do the green ribbons on your trees. I'm going to stop. Where can we get some green ribbons and cut them into lengths where we can pass them out at our lunch club meetings, or you can come by here or whatever. Just a terrible event. I am so sorry for really everybody, because this thing has affected all of us. Okay, so we've talked about the Alvarado ICE Detention Center. Like I say, Rosie was there for 6 months. I went 3 times. I got to see her once out of 3 times. Those folks down there are very good at keeping law and order. You remember when her hearing was coming up, a bunch of y'all said, well, y'all wrote letters. We gave the letters to the immigration authorities in support of Rosie. Y'all said, hey, what day is the hearing? We're going to drive down there. Well, they don't let people in the hearing. It's only the immigration people and the person. And the reason why it's so intense, you're fixing to send their loved one back to wherever they came from. So they try to cut down on arguments, fights, stuff like that. But they did. The lady up front said, Larry, I'm on your group. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. We don't do this. And I said, thank you. And she gave me 5 minutes with Rosie. So I don't know what all that's about. I'm going to look at our news sources here and see what's the latest. I have not heard from Richard Carr this morning, who's down there. Bill says he just heard if you want to donate Kerrville Recovery, you can go to Fort Worth PD, yeah, and the city of Fort Worth. Also, the city of Fort Worth is handing out cut green ribbons. Bill, can you go by there or tell them it's for Fort Worth Memories? We're going to pass them out. That's something we can do. Hell, I'm going to put a green ribbon on my truck. There's all kinds of restaurants and stuff. We'll be posting those through the day. Scott, if you find any links, I think I've got something coming in this morning. If you've got any links to share, make sure they're from an accredited. One of the posts that I made, which showed the map, which was incorrect, was from the New York Times. Well, forget that. We don't want to post anymore from New York Times, Oklahoma Tribune, Cincinnati Messenger, whatever. If it's not from our local deal, don't post it. Okay, so let's see what all of our local people, they're all on top of it. I guarantee you HEB has gone above and beyond it. And that's maybe because you just see that video of all of those trucks heading down there. But that's in their area. That's where HEB has a lot of stores. Okay, here's that Texas Storm Chasers. Hey guys, we will simply be deleting any comments that we come across which are hateful, political, or claim that the deadly weather events were caused by natural or purposely mankind. Don't mess with meteorology experts. Thank you. We'll be doing the same. And with us, we're not just going to delete the comment, we're going to delete the comment and block you from ever going back on our group. That'll be one less comment that we have to worry about. Okay, so that was on Facebook. Let me find it on, there's Channel 8. Channel 8 is saying 119 confirmed dead and 160 plus known to be missing after the Central Texas floods, Governor Abbott says. Now that's on the people that they know about. I think it's still been last Friday since they found a person to be alive. Of course, you don't ever give up hope. They can still find somebody. Let's see what Channel 5 has to say. It says 120 dead and 173 missing. So that's a discrepancy of one person more dead than Channel 8 said, and Channel 8 said 160 plus. They're saying 173. Families confirm 7 North Texas girls missing in Camp Mystic flooding are recovered. Were those girls recovered alive? Where do you get the story on it?
Disaster. Many families mourning their losses as others are awaiting answers. This is what's left of Camp Mystic following the flood early Friday morning. The main road to there is washed out. Some campers, they're actually trapped in muddy bunks, clinging for safety, waiting for rescue. Tonight we are hearing from a Dallas camper that was rescued from Camp Mystic. Staying on higher ground, she was safe from the floodwaters, yet remains heartbroken for those deeply impacted. She and her mother sat down with NBC5's Katie Blakey.
How are you doing today? I think while it was going on, I kind of felt like a sense of numbness. Saying it out loud is making me realize what actually happened and how bad it actually is.
Just days after being dropped off to start a much-anticipated July term at Camp Mystic, 13-year-old Stella is now processing the rains that ravaged the beloved camp and claimed the lives of so many children. Her 6th summer at Mystic, Stella was on the Cypress Lake side when storms awoke her cabin early Friday morning. On higher ground and out of view at the Guadalupe side, it wasn't until helicopters began buzzing overhead she realized something was truly wrong.
I think it's the uncertainty that really shook up our cabin.
Eventually, they were told campers along the Guadalupe had been evacuated due to flooding, but had no idea the scope of the crisis.
Eventually, when we got that news, we were all like hysterical and praying a lot, and the whole cabin was like really, really terrified. But not for ourselves.
Worried for those on the other side. It wasn't until military trucks arrived to evacuate their camp late Friday did they get a first glimpse of the devastation.
You'd see kayaks like in trees, and it was kind of horrific because we had no idea. Some people saw a couple trunks and just like in the debris, and then there was first responders in the water pulling out like girls, like sheets. I saw someone holding like a cloth from the water, and there were huge trees ripped out of the ground and like their roots, and it didn't look like Camp Mystic anymore.
Their thoughts remain with those grieving and those still waiting.
We are just so
Okay. Well, it's horrible, but you know, we've got to face it and get it past us. Of course, we'll never forget it. So anyway, again, I urge y'all to be careful of your comments, of your post. If it's questionable, don't do it. Because if you do it and it's not the right thing or not appropriate, it'll be gone and so will you. We just don't have time to babysit people over here. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. Like I say, it's just been an horrific week. For everybody that I've talked to, it's all the same. There's nobody doing hardly anything. So we just need to keep praying, send money. They need lots of money. And we got lots of people that's got money. The city is giving out the green ribbons. If anybody's going by and get some, get a bunch for us. We'll have them here at the museum. I'll let y'all know later today where we're going to eat. It'll be a sad luncheon for sure. We do have I'm going to give the sponsors. We have a new sponsor that's not really new. They've been with us for years. Rockwood Golf Carts and Mini Golf up there on University and Jacksboro Highway. They are back on board with us, and that's a welcome sight. Scott, I'll send you their info so you can put it on the YouTube channel and also on www.fortworthmemories.com. Our next interview that we've scheduled is the 17th, 11 a.m. That's Thursday week, a week from today. We will have Lanny Landcart, his daughter Kelly, Hal J, Haywood, and myself. So I'm looking forward to that. That interview will be about an hour. We'll have it on all of the Facebook channels, or not all of them, but some of them. We'll have it on YouTube. So you'll be able to see it on 5 or 6 different channels. Don't forget our if you got a business or you know somebody that their business needs some help, there's no place that they can get the views or the exposure as they can right here is on FWM. Last 28 days we've had 3 million views. That's 107,142 views per day for 28 straight days. 4,400 views per hour, 74 per minute. Wow. Okay, let's do the sponsors. We'll start off with Rockwood go-karts and mini golf. Let me see here. Let me get down to. No, that's not it. We've got so many things on here that. There we go. Winstead Paint and Body. They're on White Settlement Road and one block west of Roberts Cutoff. Scott Sumner is our IT guru. He can build you a website, help you on technical issues. You make an appointment, he'll come out to your office or whatever if you need some stuff set up. He's very good at it, and he's more reasonable than anybody you're going to find. Blue Mountain Cafes, there's 5 of them. They are all sponsors of Memories. They also have a sports bar called Stingers. That's in the old Mark Dean barbecue place on the feeder road on 199, and the exit is Main and Stewart. They also opened a new place on Eagle Mountain called The Anchor. I'm waiting for them to send me. It's a place on the lake. I'll get some info from them and get started on that. Fort Worth Florist, Jeanette and her team, they have taken care of our members, sent flyers all over the world. You just need to call them at 817-244-2345. Dickie Carr is Richard Carr's nephew. His company is called Grateful for Your Trees. He's done a lot of work for a lot of our members. They cut your trees down, they trim them, they make firewood out of them. But they do much more. They do landscaping, all types of haul-off, demolition work, bobcat work, retaining walls. These guys can do it all. You just need to call them. G2 Garage is in the White Settlement area, but they also do lots of work for Fort Worth people. Chris and his team over there are taking care of a lot of our members. Phelps Family Auto Care, Mike Phelps and his family. Last time I talked to them, they were getting ready or thinking about having another location in Burleson. They're in Burleson right now, but they do lots of people in Fort Worth too. Stroud Auto Supply is in the Haltom City, Riverside area. Danny Stroud, he's second generation. He and his wife. I bought auto parts there when I was 15 or 16, so that's how far that place goes back. In the same location. Schwartz and Hanson are our architectural sponsors, and they're very active in our bicycle giveaway. Wargacy Somerset is our attorneys that we promote their business. Tiffany Burks is there. Christy Jack. Lots of people that we've either interviewed or we know personally. They can help you out on any legal issue that you've got. It's a big firm. Rex's Bar and Grill, we're going to be having our birthday party there Saturday week. Saturday the 19th. Starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. I want to thank Sherry for putting that together. And so we'll see a bunch of y'all out there Saturday week, Rex's Bar and Grill. It's in the old Macaroni Grill on University, which is in the same parking lot as Rex's other business, Old South Pancake House. Tri-State Dent, Jason and his team over there, they come to you. Hail damage, door dings, minor dents. They'll work with you on your deductible if it's at all possible. So call them. 817-629-3082. Rains Plumbing, a family-owned plumbing business. They pride themselves on their great reputation, and they've done a lot of work for our members, a bunch of them recently. Andrew Wallace and his partner Chasen Smith, they are our Medicare and Medicaid sponsors. America's Senior Benefits of North Texas. These guys are very knowledgeable. There's lots of changes for this year. There's a lot of changes coming up for next year. Trump's bill just affected a bunch of that. These guys are up to snuff on all of it. Charlie Guerin, Railhead Barbecue. Charlie is our state representative. He's also on the board of directors at my bicycle giveaway, Larry's Kids. He's very passionate about that bike giveaway. Okay, Optimist Club of Fort Worth. Jeff Norman heads that group up. Every year they give our museum a Christmas tree. They sell their trees over there at Farrington Field. On the front side, on University, we give our bicycles away on the back side by the Billingsley Field House. And that event this year will be December 13th. And gates will open 6:30 in the morning. We do need volunteers, a lot of them. Old South Pancake House, 2 locations. The one in Burleson has regular hours. They close at 9 or 10 at night. The one on University is open 24/7. Jenny Stewart, she represents State Farm. The way I look at it, State Farm, Allstate, and Farmers are all great companies. You need to find out which one gives you the coverage you need for the least amount of money. So it costs you absolutely nothing to call Jenny's people at State Farm. Cross Electric, Brandon Cross. They do commercial and residential. We have several of our members, Manny Ramirez, one of them, that uses them often. K-Ranch Roofing, Jorge Hernandez. You can call their office, and Bree, the office manager, will set up an appointment for their people to come out and look at your roof. They don't charge you for that. Fort Worth Lumber, they're down on Interstate 35 South. Huge complex. I've just recently been down there. If you need building materials, plans, or you just want to talk to somebody and see what their thoughts are on your project, that's where you need to go. Steve Coburn, Coburn's Catering. They've been in business since 1946. Used to be a cafeteria over there on North Main, but they're still there. They're still cooking, and they're still catering. They cater the stock show every year, so your event can't be any bigger than that. Pat and Richard Carr represent Dickie Carr Sand and Gravel. They're having a new logo sent to me, so we'll change this one out as soon as we get it. Those folks are great people. They're down at Boot Ranch in the Hill Country. Dana Lang, Dana Sells Real Estate, Dana Sells Cowtown. She's very knowledgeable about real estate, and she's very knowledgeable about Fort Worth and Fort Worth history. Doug Peacock's A-Bird, AC, and Heating. We were talking the other day, and somebody said, how much does it cost for them to send somebody out and check out your central air and heat? It's $95. It's pretty doggone cheap to do preventative maintenance. Eric Walsh, real estate, developer, very active in the bicycle giveaway. That's it. And Rockwood Golf Course and mini golf. So if you got a kid coming up with a birthday party, what's better? Take them, ride go-karts and play mini golf. Don't forget, consider what your comments are. There's a lot of people that are hurting. A lot of family members. So be kind. Love all of you. See you in a little bit. Let's see. How do I go off of all of this now?